And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Get that out wide to Waddle. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
The Dolphins had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Rodgers again now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first carry for the Fordham Ram, Chase Edmonds. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. A give to Williams, running right. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Williams will score. Touchdown, Broncos. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Get 300! Get 300!
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson on the screen. This is Edmonds. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Easy.
Play action. Now Wilson.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Five yards remain on second down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Wilson.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And again, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. And Sanders pulled it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Rodgers' throw here taken in by Gesicki.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Excellent. Hey, 88.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to St. Brown. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Hey, flag.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Miles Sanders
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Back more.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Hey, 88.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now, he came into this game within shouting distance of Dan Marino at 61,361 career yards. And with that last play, Charles, he just went past Dan Marino.
I'm struggling over here. And the only reason is when you hear about him passing a Dan Marino,
a legend,
makes you step back and really take stock of his career. And you realize it's not just about the numbers. It's about the accomplishments. It's about
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And able to get this to the 31.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 31, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Yeah, the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Williams.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Shotgun snap into the give to Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can. Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot
They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Open net is Waddle, complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Finding Waddle crossing the field and bringing it in.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Rodgers again now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia.
And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. After the interception, here's Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
KJ Hamler.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 24, Rodgers.
Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
61 yards.
And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Wilson wants to throw it. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory.